The NFL Draft is all about surprises, and this year, the Dallas Cowboys just delivered one of the biggest shocks of the night. In an unexpected and electrifying move at pick 44, the Cowboys pounced on Donovan Ezeiruaku, the rising defensive star out of Boston College, and no one looked more stunned than legendary draft analyst Mel Kiper Jr. His reaction alone has sparked a firestorm of conversation across the football world as fans, analysts, and insiders scramble to understand what this bold move means for the future of America's team. Let's break it all down, because this is more than just a pick. This could be the defining moment of the Cowboys' 2025 draft class. When the second round kicked off, most experts were projecting the Cowboys to look for offensive help, maybe a lineman to bolster protection for Dak Prescott, or a receiver to add more firepower. But Jerry Jones and his front office clearly had other ideas. As the minutes ticked down toward pick 44, insiders reported a buzz around the Cowboys' war room, a growing excitement, a sense that something unconventional was about to happen. And then, the pick was in: Donovan Ezeiruaku, edge rusher, Boston College. Immediately, the cameras flashed to ESPN's draft set, where Mel Kiper Jr. could be seen visibly shocked. The veteran analyst, known for his encyclopedic draft knowledge and composed demeanor, looked genuinely stunned. Kiper shuffled through his notes, clearly trying to find where he had Ezeiruaku slotted, before quickly offering up his first impression. Well, this is a little earlier than I expected for Ezeiruaku. But I will say, the talent is absolutely there. Kiper's honest, unfiltered reaction spoke volumes. While Ezeiruaku had been on most draft boards as a solid day, 2 pick, very few had him this high, especially ahead of other bigger-name defensive prospects. But here's the thing, the Cowboys clearly saw something the rest of the league didn't. Donovan Ezeiruaku isn't just your typical edge rusher. At 6'3" and around 255 pounds, he brings a unique combination of speed, bend, and relentless motor. During his time at Boston College, he racked up sacks, tackles for loss, and countless pressures, becoming one of the most disruptive forces in the ACC. His film is filled with jaw-dropping plays: a spin move here, a bull rush there, chasing quarterbacks from sideline to sideline with unbelievable effort. And the Cowboys? They saw a future star hiding in plain sight. Team sources are already leaking that Ezeiruaku absolutely crushed his pre-draft interviews with Dallas. Coaches and scouts fell in love with his passion, his football IQ, and his hunger to improve. One Cowboys insider even said, "This guy reminds us of a young DeMarcus Ware in the way he approaches the game, hungry, humble, and violent between the whistles." That's high praise. Very high praise. It also tells us a lot about the Cowboys' strategy this year. Instead of chasing the sexy picks that dominate media conversations, they're locking in on players who fit their culture, their system, and their long-term vision. And when you think about it, it makes perfect sense. Look at the Cowboys' defense. With Micah Parsons continuing to redefine what it means to be a defensive weapon and DeMarcus Lawrence providing veteran leadership, adding a player like Ezeiruaku injects even more energy, depth, and chaos into an already dangerous unit. You can easily imagine a NASCAR-style package on third down, Parsons Lawrence, Ezeiruaku, and maybe even Sam Williams flying off the edges. Good luck, opposing quarterbacks. Now let's circle back to Mel Kiper Jr.'s reaction, because it's important. After his initial surprise, Kiper quickly pivoted to pointing out why this pick could actually end up being a massive home run. He praised Ezeiruaku's first-step quickness, his ability to dip under offensive tackles, and his non-stop motor. Kiper even said if the Cowboys coach him up right, and Dan Quinn is one of the best in the business at doing that, this pick could end up looking like a major steal 3 years from now. That's the key: fit and coaching. Dan Quinn, the Cowboys' defensive mastermind, has a history of taking raw athletic players and turning them into stars. Look no further than what he's done with Micah Parsons. If Quinn can harness Ezeiruaku's physical gifts, refine his technique, and unleash him creatively in the Cowboys' aggressive scheme, the sky's the limit. And here's another layer. Ezeiruaku's mentality is pure Cowboys DNA. He's not flashy off the field. He's not chasing headlines. He's all about ball. He said in multiple interviews that he models his game after legends like Von Miller and Khalil Mack, guys who let their play do the talking. That blue-collar, grinded-out mentality is exactly what Jerry Jones and Mike McCarthy are looking to build around. It also sends a message to the rest of the locker room. No one's spot is safe. Competition is coming. Standards are rising. If you're not getting better, you're getting replaced. Already, Cowboys players are reacting to the pick on social media. Micah Parsons tweeted a simple LATSWORK minutes after the announcement. Trayvon Diggs posted a GIF of someone running at full speed through a wall, clearly hyped about adding more firepower to the defense. The vibe inside the Cowboys organization right now? Pure excitement. But of course, with any bold move, there are skeptics. Some analysts are questioning whether pick 44 was too early for Ezeiruaku, citing concerns about his level of competition at Boston College or the need for more polish in his pass rush arsenal. Others wonder if the Cowboys are reaching based on athletic traits rather than proven production. And those concerns are fair. There's always risk when you bet on upside. But here's the counter-argument. The Cowboys didn't just pick an athlete. They picked a football player, a guy who loves the game, studies the game, and plays it the right way. A guy who, in the words of one NFC scout, wants to be great more than he wants to be famous. That's the kind of bet you want to make at pick 44. And think about the context of this draft. With elite offensive tackles and receivers flying off the board early, the Cowboys had to adjust. They could have panicked. They could have reached for a need. Instead, they trusted their board, stuck to their evaluations, and went and got their guy. That's how good franchises operate. Now, the fun part begins, the development phase. Cowboys fans should expect Ezeiruaku to start as a rotational pass rusher, coming in on third downs and obvious passing situations. He'll learn from veterans like Lawrence, absorb the coaching of Quinn, and be given time to refine his technique. By midseason, if all goes well, don't be surprised if Ezeiruaku is pushing for a bigger role or even making game-changing plays in critical moments. Long-term, the Cowboys clearly see him as a potential building block, a future cornerstone who can grow alongside Parsons and Diggs as the foundation of a dominant, dynamic defense for years to come. And if he hits his ceiling, look out, NFL. The reaction from Mel Kiper Jr. initial shock, followed by growing admiration, is the perfect microcosm of how this pick should be viewed. It's a swing for the fences, a bet on talent, a belief in culture and coaching. And if the Cowboys are right, we could be looking back in a few years at this night, pick 44, as the moment when Dallas found their next defensive superstar. So to all of Cowboys Nation, get excited. Embrace the boldness. Welcome Donovan Ezeiruaku to the family. Because the future just got a lot more explosive. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe for all the latest Cowboys news, and drop a comment. Were you surprised by this pick? How do you feel about Donovan Ezeiruaku in Dallas? And is this the start of something special for the Cowboys defense? Strap in, Cowboys fans. The journey is just getting started.